What is up? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about experience because I think that is what living truly is. Like, we are alive, but what does it mean to live? And I think we live through experiences because experiences give you feelings that you don't typically feel. You usually do the same things every single day and you don't get that drastic of a difference in a feeling. You usually feel around the same every single day. And whenever you do experiences that are completely out of your ordinary schedule, you get completely out of the ordinary feelings from this. Like a roller coaster, for example. You don't do a roller coaster every single day, but if you experience a roller coaster, you feel a drastic difference in how you feel. And we were given this ability to have feelings and to feel, and there's so many different ways to experience feeling. And I've just had a couple of experiences over the past week, and I just want to share them because it really made me feel alive. So the first experience is just one that I thought was kind of cool. So I went back to my hometown that I haven't been in a long time, and it's a very small town. I am from California originally, so I'm a big city kid. I love this city, and I'm not a big fan of the country at all, and that is where I grew up. Most of my life is in the country, so I went back to this small hometown, and the most unusual thing happened. Whenever I was living there, I would hate so much how country it is. I would hate how there is no tall buildings. I would just hate how there's no city. So I moved to the city, and I appreciate the city so much, and I love living here. But since it's been so long since I've been back to the country, I'm able to just appreciate the country so much more. So whenever I was living there, I would look at it as ugly, like just cows, fields, just the country. It wasn't pretty to me. But going back, since it is rare to me, since I haven't seen it in forever, it was actually beautiful. And I thought that was just really cool. So hopefully the clips that I took showcase that beauty. But the main thing that I want to talk about is an experience I had while I went fishing. Now, growing up, I've always been a super clean person. Like, I hate getting dirty. I would never get my hands dirty. I wouldn't get my feet dirty. I've just been a super neat, clean kid. That is how I like to be. But I was fishing and my lure got stuck in the tree, and I finally got it out and it dropped into the water. So then I realized, like, I have to commit to getting wet now. Like, I have to in order to get my lure back. So I took off my shoes, took off my socks, and I went barefoot all the way down into the water. And with every single step, it felt different. Like, every single step was a new experience. It either hurt, it either felt good, or even both. And once I got in the water, that was a new experience as well. All the new feelings, like, we feel every single day, mostly through our hands, but we never really feel through our feet. We always have shoes on that are man-made. We are not meant to be wearing shoes, and it was just all new to me, and I started understanding that, and I started feeling this experience. So I started going barefoot the rest of the fishing trip. Once I got in the water, it was cold, but not too cold. It kind of felt good, and I was tempted to jump in, but I had sweatpants on. But I wanted to do this experience. I was tempted, and I would have not known what it felt like if I didn't take the opportunity. So what I did is I stripped down to my boxers. That was all I was wearing, and I jumped into the river and I swam across it to the other side, and it felt really good, just kind of like a cold shower. You can turn that off at any time, but whenever you're swimming in the cold in the river, you have no choice but to feel that cold until you get out of the river. So I was forced to feel that cold, which is obviously a great thing. If you don't know about the benefits of cold showers or ice baths, there's just so many and it makes you feel amazing. But I was forced in that situation until I crossed the river, and then I got to the other side, and it was absolutely beautiful. Like nothing I imagined, because you see this perspective of the forest from the other side, but you don't see what it is until you get up close, and then you can see so much more, and it is just absolutely beautiful. Like, it was just super green, beautiful trees, kind of like a Lord of the Rings scene. Like, it was just absolutely beautiful, and I was still barefoot. I have never really went barefoot, and like I said, some steps hurt, some steps felt good, but I just felt inclined to go experience, to go travel into the woods, and to just gain more perspectives. And with every single step, I gained a new perspective. Like, if I sat 2 inches to my right, I would see a slightly different reality than I do right now. I would have a different perspective. And since I was barefoot, I couldn't go fast. I was forced to go slow. So I went slowly into the woods, into this forest, I like to call it, because that's what it seemed like. But I would go slowly, step by step, and just appreciating every step. After every step, I would look around, and I would just appreciate what I saw. And I gained so much perspective, and then I got further and further into the woods until eventually nobody could see me. I was just there by myself, and it was the first time I truly felt that alone. But it was the most beautiful thing. I had nobody to conform to. I had nobody to criticize me. I had no other opinion. No outer validation was needed. I was able to be myself and be present and just be alive. I got to feel like I was actually living. And I was just talking to myself like out loud, because who cares? Nobody is there to judge you. There is no preconceived notions. There is no judgment. And the sun was out, so I was just standing there tanning, just appreciating the air, the sun, and the time that I had in that moment. And it made it feel slow. Time goes by so fast, but whenever you just truly sit in a moment, it goes slower and you can really appreciate it. And that is what I did. I even got to the point to where I did something I never thought I would do. But like I said, I was just in boxers and I just laid down. I laid on the grass and was just one with the earth. I let insects crawl on me until eventually a tick crawled on me, and then I was like, all right, that's my cue to go. So I flicked that off, checked myself, and then headed back. But the whole experience was just life-changing. It just really opened up my eyes for what it is to truly live, because we are alive, but that doesn't mean we live. To live is to experience, and to experience is to feel these feelings that we are capable of feeling. So go ahead and put yourself in a situation where you're able to feel those feelings. Like, there are so many feelings that you haven't felt before, and you will never feel them unless you take the actions necessary to do so. And there are so many different things that I can't even comprehend. So you don't even have to necessarily know what those things are. You just have to try new stuff. Like, that was the first time I went fishing in forever, and I am very far from the type of person to jump in the river, to swim across, to stay barefoot, to be in only my boxers, and to get dirty, and to just experience life. I just thought it was amazing, and I'm glad I get to share that in another beautiful place. Like right now, I'm just living, I'm being present, I'm enjoying the sun, I'm enjoying every single second, because it truly is such a gift. This freedom that I have right now, the health that I am in, I'm so glad I'm not in any pain. I could have so many health issues. Every single part of your body could have a problem with it. So if you're not experiencing any pain at the moment, be extremely grateful for that and utilize that. Make the most of it. Since you don't feel no pain. My phone died, so I'm gonna pick up the video where I left off, and basically what I was talking about is just you have a limited life, and in that limited life you are granted good health, but that is also limited. You are bound to grow older, and the older you get, the more susceptible you become to damage. And once you have damage to your body, you just can't have the experiences you once could. So while you have the opportunity to take advantage of those moments and make experiences and feel these feelings, make sure you do so, because you are not going to always be able to do so. So it is important that you recognize that now you have a very limited opportunity, and it is an amazing opportunity. Like I said, you can feel so many different feelings through so many different experiences, but you have to make sure you take advantage of the opportunity while you have it. You are alive, but that does not mean you are living. Make experiences, take opportunities, and just live. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, stay sedulous.